Why, hello, HHN community. This is Big John
Oh
Murray,
my god.
and I just want to say, welcome to our podcast. Created for the fans, from the fans. Let's do this.
Welcome to the
Ha!
HHN squad. This is what we do when
So
Casey's
this is
not
This is
around.
our panel.
Guys,
We have
we have one viewer. Stop.
we have
Okay.
Creepy Carpy,
All right. Yep. So
and we have HHN Meatloaf,
I'd like to die now.
and hosting is Clarence from Nubnuts,
hey, what's
and then I'm the one and only. I forgot my channel name, but it's Thrill Seeker Network.
Secret Network?
Wait. Did you say me already?
We're live. All right, so
We're off
first
to a
topic
great
of the day.
start.
We said creepy.
We had plenty of announcements as of recently.
Okay, mute your mic, man. Stop.
Who's laughing? Who's laughing in the background?
That's Gus. Okay. So Jose, you want to start off with the first thing we should talk about?
Oh yeah, so we had announcements recently, and the joint announcement we had was that we're gonna have Freddy vs. Jason and Texas Chainsaw Massacre at the event. So we're gonna start off by talking about Freddy vs. Jason. Now we heard some more things about this maze at the Midsummer Scream Convention. Me, Clarence, and Alvin were there to experience it, so we can go ahead and talk more about that with you guys.
Yeah. Okay, so
Yeah.
The facade for Freddy vs. Jason is the boiler room, if you guys didn't know. Yeah.
Yep.
We are having the different endings. That's great. And I'm excited for this maze. I really am. Like, it looked really good, you know? Like, last year they said it was a great maze, so I'm happy to have it in Hollywood. Anything you want to say, Alvin?
Finally, I get to go to a year with Freddy and Jason in 1 year. I am really happy that this maze is coming, and I'm really glad that it's going to be not based on the movie, rather more original. Because the movie, you've got that pot caterpillar where the guy was getting high, and then he saw Freddy as a caterpillar with a bong. I think that's going to be in the maze because it was in the announcement trailer, which I really don't know about, but like other than that, it's going to be a really great maze. I mean, you got the classic Camp Crystal Lake, you've got the classic charming Freddy, and you're going to get all the classic kills as well. So I think this is going to be a really fun maze. It actually kind of fits in with what's going on the past recently with, you know, all those superhero movies where they're always fighting.
Yeah.
I think there's only two.
But let's just be all happy
Yeah,
that
there's
all
two.
the icons are here this year, you know, big horror icons. Let's all be like happy for that, because we finally got them, you know.
Yeah,
Like we've never had that, and we got them all in one.
we're finally getting all four of them.
year. Yeah, dude, it's great.
The only thing that could top it is if we get Hellraiser or any like other properties. I don't know.
The Shining.
Oh yeah, The Shining. Anything Stephen King.
Anything you would like to say, Jose?
So those of you guys that probably heard already, it's not based on the movie, so it's kind of original. And like they said, the facade is the boiler room, and then we're going to be walking into some scenes with Freddy on 1428 Elm Street, and then some scenes with Jason at Camp Crystal Lake, and we're going to end up at the boiler room again, where they're going to like basically get down with each other, and then the set's going to change, and we're going to have a different winner every time, which is pretty exciting, since it's kind of similar to what they did in Orlando last year, and it worked out pretty well. So from some of like the inspirational pictures you've showed at Midsummer Scream, it looks like it's going to be a very detailed maze and stuff, and it looks like he's going to be very creative with it. And
Yeah.
just having Freddy and Jason in the same maze is going to be pretty cool, actually. Like, I saw Freddy and Jason at the event in 2010, but they were based off the remakes, so I'm pretty excited to finally see the classic Freddy and the classic Jason at HHN.
That's good. Yeah, same.
Wait, can I say like The most thing I'm most anticipated for the entire maze is how they're gonna do the cabin because they said that for the start of Jason's universe, they're gonna start it. I think they're gonna start it with a cabin that the roof is caved in and there's vines hanging everywhere, and then you have the corpses that Jason, like all the victims Jason has killed, they're surrounding the cabin. The cabin is going to be completely like, but there's going to be bodies hanging from vines and stuff like that, and they're all going to be, you know, the infamous kills, all the classics that Jason has pulled off. And yeah, I don't know what I'm saying anymore, but yeah, you get the point.
Yeah, so that's pretty much Freddy versus Jason and stuff. So yeah, it's gonna be a pretty interesting maze to see this year. I'm personally very excited to see it. So hopefully it turns out to be a great maze. Another thing that I think we didn't really talk about was that he said that we're gonna have a kind of an extensive monologue, like right before we enter the maze. So I'm guessing it's gonna be kind of like in the Freddy versus Jason movie, like in the beginning, like when Freddy's just giving his speech about why he brought Jason back and stuff, and how nobody remembers him. So I think we're gonna be able to hear that in the queue line and like maybe look at some video before we go inside the maze. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, Gus, anything to say?
Um, Not really. You guys kind of said everything. Like I really agree with everything you said. It's all good ideas.
Alright, so moving along with Freddy vs. Jason, it was also announced that another returning property would be the Texas Chainsaw Massacre in an all-new maze titled Blood Brothers, which is located in the Waterworld venue, which is new for this year. And now this maze is based on the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but it's not really based on any of the movies. It's supposed to be a sequel to Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1, and it's supposed to take place before Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, and it revolves around the Sawyers throwing a get together party because Leatherface's brother Chop Top has returned from Vietnam and stuff, and you're gonna see how the family business expanded during that time since between Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1 and Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. It's 5 years difference, and since we meet the Sawyer family in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, a lot has changed from the previous film. So I guess what Nerdy said he's doing with this maze is that he's exploring what happens in between that time frame that we really don't know what occurred.
Yeah.
Also, the entire premise of the maze is that Leatherface's brother, Chop Top, who was the twin brother of, the crazy hitchhiker that was run over in the first movie, he has come back from Vietnam, and the family has set up a welcoming party for Chop Top.
Yeah. This.
I definitely think this maze has potential for being the scariest because Texas Chainsaw Massacre is definitely a pretty intense film with chainsaws and a lot of considered gore. I guess it was a very infamous movie for the time. The only thing that worries me is the Waterworld queue. It's the first time that it's happening, and things could go wrong or it could go great. So I'm a little on edge about this maze.
It's actually not the first time that Waterworld is being used as a venue for um, an HHN maze. Like I think it was 1991. I don't know when they did it. No, it can't be 1991. Whatever. But it was a maze. I think it was called Creature of the Black Lagoon Aquarium or something like that. Creature Aquarium. I don't know. It was something like that, and it was in the Waterworld queue. And from what I've heard, the Waterworld queue could actually hold more than a typical HHN maze. Like, it has more space than it could regularly hold. Am I like glitching right now? Cause like
No,
I feel like
I don't think so. I think just everybody
okay,
else is being quiet.
yeah, because Chicago.
Because Ohio.
Anyways, yeah. All right. Also, what I want to mention, like, should we go into details about the rooms that Murdy described?
Yeah, sure. I haven't seen them yet.
Right. So first, it will
His mic's lagging,
start off
guys.
as the gas station. Wait, what?
Your mic's lagging.
Oh God. Okay. I really hope that it is going to start off at the gas station, which into the barbecue restaurant, because in the first movie it was half gas station, half barbecue, but by the second movie it has fully been converted into a full out barbecue restaurant and highly rated because of its sausages, which everyone is clueless about that it's actually made from humans. But anyways, so it's going to start there. It's been decorated to welcome Chop Top from Vietnam. Um, the corpse of the hitchhiker is there because he's Chop Top's brother, and Chop Top in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, he likes to play around with him, almost like a stuffed animal, and just pretend that he's actually still alive. And you know, so yeah, it's going to start off there, and then on to the cemetery where the hitchhiker used to, I don't know, oh yeah, grave rob. So it will go to there, and then Murdy described that there will be a tunnel that will lead from the cemetery into Chop Top's room. But what I really want this certain tunnel is to be connected to Texas Battleland, which is the theme park in the second movie. The family owned one apparently, and they had this underground facility where they dined with Grandpa and the rest of their family corpses. It was a weird underground theme park full of Christmas lights and stuff like that. So I really hope to see that. They also like stored dead bodies on wheelchairs, so it'd be a missed opportunity not to do that. Anyway, so the tunnel will lead to Chop Top's room, which is supposed to be detailed like
Wait. Hold up.
60s, 70s
Wait,
Vietnam. Oh,
Alvin.
hey,
We
Casey.
got
Yeah.
Casey. Okay,
Hi,
Casey,
everybody.
Yeah, we got.
save us, please.
Hey,
I'm so sorry.
please
I'm
save
so
us,
sorry, everybody,
Casey.
for joining late. I actually didn't know we were even doing a podcast, but I guess since we are, hello, everybody. I'll be right back, and we'll continue on with the podcast.
We're back in business, boys.
Yay. Blood Brothers. Anyway, so as I was saying, Chop Top's room, Vietnam, 70s psychedelic styled room, and then you'll move on to Leatherface's room, which is probably the most exciting because you never see Leatherface's room in the first Texas Chainsaw Massacres. You like assume that he's going in and out of his room, but they're gonna do the same thing for the Halloween maze, where they say, hey, what if this like, oh, okay, never mind. You know what? I'm not even gonna like try to say it because I know I'm gonna mess up. Back in Halloween 2014, they made Michael Myers' room, even though you never got to see it. So they're gonna do the same thing for Leatherface, and this time they're gonna like step it up. His room is going to be Indian cowboy themed, and he's gonna have dolls which he uses to like uh, cut out flesh and stitch uh, the flesh onto the doll's face, which is kind of creepy, but I'm really excited to see that. And the ending is it was hinted the presentation, and it was said to be someone else explain it because I know I'm messing up right now. I'm like stuttering a lot. My brain is just like bundled with a lot of information.
before you guys explain that, quick apology to everybody. I'm sorry, I don't have my phone right now, so I'm not, I haven't been tweeting out a bunch, and I didn't even know we were actually doing this tonight. So I'm sorry, I didn't host the first half of this or whatever. But what am I missing? What's going on? I know the election year was announced as a scare zone.
Before we continue, we already talked about Freddy versus Jason, so if you'd like to give your thoughts on that, you can go ahead.
All right, Freddy versus Jason. I mean, it's definitely something that everybody rumored a lot, and it's not anything like it's not a big surprise to me. I'm guessing it's going to be very similar to Orlando because he's talking about we're going to go through both movies first, and then we're going to go into the two battling it out together. So it's probably going to be like Alien versus Predator and Orlando's Freddy versus Jason, which I'm happy with. I like both those mazes, and yeah, I'm excited. And that's it for me.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And so basically what Alvin was explaining is that the main is going to start off at the gas station, which we see in the first film, and then we're going to head into the grave. And then since the Sawyers have to have a way to get from their house to the grave in order to do all these grave robberies, they built tunnels, and these tunnels are going to lead into Chop Top's room, which is going to be kind of like this weird psychedelic 60s style room. And then we're actually going to explore Leatherface's room, which we really don't see in the films, which is, like he said, cowboy Indian themed. And he said that it would be a very creepy yet cool idea if he had like a doll collection, and he makes little flesh masks, like his own mask for his dolls and stuff. So we're gonna be seeing that in his room. And so that's basically what he revealed for Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So we're gonna be spending some more time inside the Sawyer house and sometime it's outside it as well. So it's gonna be pretty exciting for this year.
Oh yeah, it sounds really good. Did they talk at all about anything else? Like what we talked about before and the other scenes we were talking about. Did he? I don't really know because I watched the panel that they had, and he really just talked about Leatherface's room and stuff in the house. But besides the gas station, he didn't really talk about locations very much. Am I correct in saying that, or am I just missing something?
You're correct.
Alright. Well, okay. That's weird because they gave so many locations out for Freddy vs. Jason, but there's like not really much known about this Texas Chainsaw.
Just real quick, guys. The host has been switched back to Casey, even if he's not running this right now. He's back to the host now that he's here. So.
Alright, awesome. Lit. Alright. Yeah, and again, I said sorry like 3 times, but yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for joining late. It sucks. Yeah. Alright. So, what have you guys discussed so far?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
And Freddy versus
Blood
Jason. Yeah. Texas Chainsaw, Freddy versus Jason. We haven't got into this big scare zone announcement yet.
Alright, right now I'm gonna...
Or Krampus.
Or Krampus. Yeah,
Or
or Krampus.
Yeah, let's talk about Krampus while I'm looking up some stuff for the Purge one, because I don't really know what's going on with the Purge one. So, okay, let's talk about Krampus. It's definitely something that was rumored a lot. Something, like, I mean, all of us were kind of thinking it would almost become a maze, and then it went away for a while. People were like, okay, no, it's going to become the Terror Tram, because last year was really great as the Terror Tram. And honestly, after seeing the Purge election year, I'm still kind of shocked it's not the Terror Tram. But yeah, for my thoughts on the Scare Zone, the Scare Zones, actually, it's going to be really, really cool. And oh wait, we're talking about Krampus. Oh shoot, I just totally switched from Krampus to Purge and not even thinking about it. Oh my god. I'm so done. Okay, I'm sorry for whatever I just said. I'm like so confused on what's going on. Alright, we're talking about Krampus. Okay, Krampus. So, Krampus, I'm excited for. I really like Krampus. The movie was weird, really weird, and I just hope they don't put too much, as Jose said in his video for the Maze Fun Facts, I really hope they don't add too much comedy to it. It's a very comedic. It could be a fun comedic maze, but as long as they don't add too much of the weird stuff and they keep it true to horror and theming and stuff, then I'm down for it, and I can't wait to go through it. I'm sorry, I just totally went from Krampus to Purge. I'm looking through Purge tweets right now.
Alright, so I'll go next on Krampus. So, Krampus, everybody was expecting it to be announced since the facade in the Metro sets looks pretty much identical to the house from the film. And it was finally announced, and I was okay with Krampus being a maze, though I wasn't overly excited. But then after attending Scare LA today and hearing Murdy talk more in depth about this, I am totally on board for this maze now. So, some things we learned about Krampus from today's Scare LA presentation is that this will be the password giveaway maze. You're gonna have a character from the film, which I believe he dies in a frozen outside the house, and he's gonna be giving you out like these Krampus postcards or something if you give him the password. So that's gonna be pretty cool that they're returning to that way of giving you the giveaway prizes on like last year where you had the Scare Patrol give it to you, which was really a mess. So that's gonna be pretty cool. And then the facade, which is going to be the Angle House, which is of course what we're seeing outside, it's going to be covered in snow, and then you're going to have like narration from the grandma, and then every time she says Krampus, Krampus is going to be on top of the roof, and he's going to like light up, and you're going to see Krampus on top of the roof, so it's going to be some pretty cool effects and stuff. And so inside the house, we're going to be spending a lot of time in the living room. I believe he said we're going to go to the living room 3 times throughout the maze in 3 different scenes and stuff, and then we're going to be visiting the neighbor's house. And just from like some of the pictures of the sets he showed, they look really, really detailed. Just like the snow, like the floor is covered in snow, and then like everything is covered in snow, and it looks pretty, pretty cool. And then most of the characters from the movie are gonna be in there. He's gonna be doing the teddy bear. He's gonna be doing the clown, Krampus, of course, which he said he's gonna do in a similar way to the film, where it starts off by teasing him, and then it just reveals him at the end. So I'm guessing we're not gonna see Krampus as much in the maze. We're going to see him more towards the end. He's going to be teased heavily, and then we're going to get to a big reveal of him towards the end of the maze. And then they showed a picture of the prop decor for the gingerbread man, which look absolutely incredible, which is something that I wanted to see from this maze, and I'm so glad we're going to be able to see that from this maze. So it is going to be kind of humoristic in a way, but it's going to be pretty dark, and it's going to be a pretty cool maze to look forward to this year. The sets are going to be the best out of all the other mazes in this maze, I can guarantee you guys.
I was sorry. You go ahead.
I have a quick question. When you said the living room's going to be used 3 times, is it 3 separate creations of the living room, or do you just go through the same living room 3 times?
Well, like the first time you're gonna walk in and it's gonna be like all frozen, and then the second time, I believe he said it has something to do with the burnt out Christmas tree. And then the third time it's gonna be the ending of the maze, where like in the ending of the film, like you see the family where everything is all right all of a sudden. So you're gonna kind of like walk into the living room and it's gonna be kind of like a happy ending where everything is all right, and you're gonna smell Christmas morning. But then you're suddenly gonna realize that everything is not all right.
Oh, that's
So it's
cool.
3 different. Yeah, so it's 3
Yeah, I
different
like this.
incarnations.
Kind of like this is the
Oh,
end.
okay, cool. Thanks.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's kind of weird, honestly. First of all, the ending. Alvin and I watched Krampus,
Yeah,
and
it was the funniest thing ever.
yeah, I'll tweet out some stories about our experience watching that, and but yeah, we were talking about the possible scenes we could see from the movie, and I honestly thought the ending of the maze was going to be in the living room, but with right after Krampus comes out of the chimney and he stands up. I thought that was going to be the ending with a big reveal of like kind of like the AVP ending, but just on a smaller scale for Krampus and a big Krampus puppet. But if it's just going to be that weird ending, I mean, I'm down, but that's going to be kind of weird to pull off and make it scary at the same time. They're probably just going to go on the "this is the end" route.
Yeah.
What I'm kind of excited
Yeah.
for is that it's an ice-based maze, like in the middle of winter. I know it's going to be mainly inside, but what I'd like to see is if you went to Not Scary Farm, the Dead of Winter maze, was completely like really really cold, like they had
Yeah.
tons of air conditioning. I think that would be really cool if they could somehow incorporate that, or maybe like inside in the living room sets they could like put heaters or something. I just think that would be kind of cool and immersive, even though it wouldn't make much of a difference. But
I mean, Murdy's talked about, because he shared that story about Halloween, how the candles actually melted when they were in the maze. So those mazes get really hot, even when you're walking through it. So I don't know what's the difference between knots, because I've never been in knots. I don't know if they're like indoors or anything, but like, I mean,
knots are either indoor or outdoors. There was 3 indoor, I believe, last year. Yeah,
oh,
3 indoor.
was Dead of Winter indoors?
Yeah, it was
Okay.
indoor
Yeah.
next to the Hawaiian restaurant.
Well, yeah, I would like to see it being cold, but I don't honestly think the majority of the maze, it probably won't be cold, because first of all, it costs a lot of money, and they don't have a way to do that with a big black tent just covered in rubber and plastic.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it would be really cool to see, though, and maybe even, like, I don't know how this would interfere with, like, ground walking, but even doing something like Orlando did with the Shady Brook Asylum last year, like, it would be really cool. That was Shady Brook, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Body Collector's
Body Collector.
recollection.
It like would do something with the Disneyland snow that everybody gets all hyped about. Like, it would be cool to see snow in the maze, because that's not something we've ever seen. Nothing, like falling on us. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. Oh, did he talk about the scare zone? How he's gonna like do it originally, and like he's gonna incorporate stuff from the scare zone?
I guess that brings us into the next topic.
No, he didn't really
No,
talk
no,
about
no. It's about Dark
incorporating
Christmas.
anything from Dark Christmas. He just basically confirmed that most of the characters from the movie are gonna be in there and stuff. And then also one scene I forgot to mention is that he said, like, although most mazes don't have a ceiling, he's building a ceiling for the attic scene, and in the attic you're gonna see like icicles hanging down from the ceiling and stuff.
Oh,
So it's
that's
gonna be pretty cool in there and stuff.
Is there gonna be a
really
Krampus
A Krampus what?
layer with all
I'm
the?
not sure. He didn't say anything about that.
Okay. Well, I think we can all kind of assume that
where
with
you're
sort of.
surrounded.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh no, that was all I was gonna say. I just like to see that layer with like all the toys just popping out at you from the sides.
Yeah, because he's got some weird sort of he's got a lot of interest in, making the villains have layers and bedrooms and stuff like that. So I could see him doing that, something like El Kukui. All right. Anybody else want to talk about Krampus? Because I don't know what he said today, so I can't really say too much more.
I'm really excited how they're gonna do the gingerbread cookies. Like, God, if they're gonna do it like an AVP, where they have the I don't know, the face huggers,
Oh
where
yeah.
they slammed it onto the windows. I'm not going in the maze.
They're
That
puppets,
would
and
be
so is
me.
the teddy bear.
Every time I saw a window, I just get away from it because it slams really hard and really loud, and I just don't want to be near it.
All
Am I
right.
lagging?
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay. Okay.
Anybody else have any more comments on Krampus? Yeah. Jose,
No, I'm good.
you're all good. All right. Clarence. Okay, looks like Clarence is dead. All right. Hopefully, Clarence comes
No.
to life to talk about the next topic, which is The Purge. The Purge was now announced as I believe all the scare zones for Halloween Horror Nights. So was it? It's, as a scare zone. The Purge election year was the commencement. Okay, so this is the tweet from Murdy. Alert: the commencement of the annual commencement of the Purge begins September 16th as a scare zone at Universal HHN. Is just the entire park a big scare zone now?
It's the entire park, yes.
Got you.
It's going to be a street experience.
All right, awesome. I'm honestly, I don't know the reactions of this. Let me go read the comments. Looks like there are a lot of
Very
people
mixed
that are.
reactions.
Yeah, it's very mixed. A lot of people. I mean, I'm guessing that most of the die-hard horror fans are not really appreciating it, but like, it looks like I would say maybe 60% of audiences are really liking it because the Purge is a big deal, and I'm down for it. I'm excited. This is gonna be cool. I always thought they would do
At,
something
I'm
about this.
back. Sorry. I'm sorry.
okay. At some point in my area, it was the most talked about movie. So there has to be some way to attract like more visitors for Horror Nights.
This year is gonna be so packed.
And I guess The Purge is going to be the one to do that.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I mean, we've got all our bases covered now. We have all classic horror. We have Purge, and then we have Krampus, and then another maze. That I mean, it's just and then The Walking Dead on top of it. So it's just gonna be like it's gonna be really packed. And I don't know how I feel about that, but Universal's gonna be banking off this year.
I mean, like, I guess they're just experimenting with the idea of street experiences, and I'm really glad that they're doing The Purge because, for one, it's something that everyone will recognize and an original, like, concept. I don't know if it will do as good because The Purge, it's kind of a threatening IP, like, than most IPs out there. I don't know. And the most recognizable nowadays.
Yeah, I think we can all assume that, like, because I know that I think it was in 2000, I think it was in 2014 and 2012. People were rumoring that Walking Dead was going to be in the entire park because Orlando did it, and I love Walking Dead, and it's one of my favorite shows, but I think that would have been way less exciting than The Purge throughout the entire park.
I mean, like, it's kind of, like, even in 2013 when Orlando did it, it's just kind of boring to have, like, a bunch of zombies slowly coming at you.
Yeah, it's going to be fun seeing all the different costumes all over the place.
It's going to be so colorful. Like, I actually mean it when I'm saying that the Purge election year is the Suicide Squad for this year's Halloween Horror Nights. It's going to be colorful. It's going to be insane. I mean, you have LED lighting on the costumes as well as EL wire. It's just going to be bright, and I hope the setting will be this exact same. I don't know if they're going to dress any of the environments up. I really hope they do, because so far I am liking what I am seeing with the costumes and the idea of just being surrounded by the Purge. By the way, I kind of have a theory about the story for this year's event, but I'll save that till the end.
All right, after we're done talking about the Purge.
Yeah.
Okay. Last thought. I know I'm talking so much, but I'm just trying to get all my thoughts out because I miss so much.
Same.
Honestly, it's great seeing all the different theming that they do. But I've had a problem the past few years. I love the theming of the scare zones, but I think with its setting, I feel like it's Universal's time to just be like, okay, we need to clear up storage for about a few months, so let's just take a whole bunch of crap and put it on the side of the streets and say it's our theming. Like, I like the theming, and don't get me wrong, I like it. It just seems like it's more of a museum than theming. The Purge just fits that entire park more to me, and I don't know. It just seeing those streets that usually have different themes in the Purge, and just with all the cool modern theming, it's just going to be really cool to see, and it's going to be much more natural and realistic. And also, question: did he say anything about having the past two films in there? Because I know they have a lot of masks from that.
He didn't say anything about the previous films. He just basically talked about election year and doing a whole bunch of original concepts for this. So I guess while I'm at it, I'll just get into some of the stuff he said about the Scare Zone today at Scare LA. So yeah, it's basically going to take over the entire park from the entrance of the park to the lower lot, which he confirmed we're going to have scare actors in the lower lot again, and I believe he said the Metropolitan sets as well. The only area we're not going to be having any purgers is on Baker Street, and the reason for that is because he said that the queue line for the Walking Dead attraction will
Oh, okay.
extend all throughout Baker Street, so that street's going to be closed. So it's going to be basically throughout the entire park except for Baker Street. He
It's
said
even gonna
that,
be done in the lower lot, where
yeah,
Mummy.
we're going to have scare actors in the lower lot. He confirmed it.
Okay, wow, that's wait, and also walking to Metro is
I believe so, yes.
lit.
Yes.
So
Finally,
yes,
I
he
don't
just
have to see
basically
golf
talked
carts
about
just driving around.
he basically just talked about election year. He didn't really mention if we're going to use any of the previous films, but he said that most of the characters from election year are going to be in there. You're going to have the bling girls and stuff. You're going to have the murder tourist and stuff. And yeah, so basically most of the characters from election year are going to be in there. They're going to incorporate it into the opening ceremony, and then the go-go dancers are going to be themed around the bling girls from the film and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah, and
Oh
then
yeah.
the chainsaws were rumored to actually be females this year, considering how they have like female chainsaws in the film. But they actually ended up being something different, which I really really like since I'm a big politics nerd. And they're having kind of like the political party mascots with chainsaws, like they're having elephants, which are the Republicans, of course, with chainsaws, and then donkeys, which are the Democrats.
Oh,
And then they're having like
Yes.
election delegates, like they're having Democratic delegates and Republican delegates going around with chainsaws. So they look really really cool, and I'm very very excited to see that and stuff. And then like the Statue of Liberty girl and like the presidents with the mask and stuff, they're gonna be stilt walkers. And so are some of the bling girls, and they're gonna be wrapped around in like LED lights, so it's gonna be very colorful and stuff. And so yeah, like he said, they're basically gonna be going around the entire park, so you're gonna feel like no area is safe, and the purge is literally going around all of Universal Studios. So I'm very excited for this. He made it sound like a very interesting concept and stuff.
dude, this is gonna be awesome. I can't wait for this. This is gonna be. My mom personally hates the purge, but like my entire family hates the purge because I don't know, it scares them or something. But I love the purge. We all know that it has like some of the best writing in TV movies ever, right?
Well, the movies are pretty bad, to be honest. Like the writing is really really bad, and the directing is kind of sloppy at some parts, but they're entertaining nonetheless, and they fit really really well with Horror Nights. So
Yeah. I mean,
Purge
Please
has like
don't
gotten-
ever mention the first movie.
it
I
was.
feel like
Are you kidding me? The first movie was great.
I don't know.
I
I hate
feel like
I hate
the-
the first movie. I don't know why.
I feel like the Purge has gotten better through time and also gone through like multiple like changes. Like the first movie being trapped in like one house, and then the second movie kind of being like Escape from New York. If you ever saw that movie, just trying to like get out of the city. And then the third one, I don't really know how to describe it. It was kind of all over the place.
it's like a political thriller.
Personally, yeah, basically. It was kind of like a comedic thing on the current election, I guess.
Purge and purify. Purge and purify.
All right.
Questions?
I'm just reading for. All right. Is there anything else we need to talk about with? Okay. With Krampus. Oh, okay. I mean, not Krampus. Purge. Let me look through. Okay.
I think we covered it all.
Yeah. I don't think we have anything else to say. All right. Yeah. Awesome. Can't wait. That's about it. Okay, I think next topic that was suggested, we need to talk about our speculations for the final maze, or we assume that it's going to be the final maze, considering we have what, 6?
Yeah, he confirmed it's the final maze. We're good.
Yeah.
And
The
did
final icing on the cake.
he talk about when it's going to be announced?
At Scarlet, he said expected to be around 2 weeks from now. So
Lit. All right. Awesome. So how do we do this? Because I know all of us have, this similar speculations.
Yeah,
All right, so we
similar
all say it at
ideas.
3. We all say it at 3.
We all
All
say
right, ready?
what?
We
Okay.
we all say what we think it is at 3.
Okay. I'm ready.
1,
Alright.
1, 2, 3. American Horror Story.
American
Demon
Nah,
clowns versus zombie
American Horror
clowns.
Story.
Wow.
All right. Well,
Great.
okay. Well, let's before we get into this, so just so we can have it on the record, the HHN squad predicts that American Horror Story will be
Predicts.
final.
Wait, did I speculate wrong? How did I get to demon clowns versus zombie clowns?
Clarence, just go tell your mom about it. All right.
You're an average Joe, that's fine.
Oh no!
Anyway,
But I was figuring
Clowns
the
are
code
already
names. It
coming
we'll
leads
talk
to,
about the Terror Tram later, guys. All
but
right.
the code names lead to the clowns.
American.
Alice
Oh my
Cooper
God.
for Terror Tram. Copyrighted theme park info.
Not right. I'm about to.
We're
Stop,
trying to
stop.
get
Let's
it
get
nice.
serious. Let's
Okay,
get
okay, okay,
serious.
guys. Okay. All right.
Order in the court.
Oh my Jesus. All right. Jesus can't help us now. All right. So we're gonna get
I
into
don't believe it.
American Horror Story. Since he hasn't talked about it yet, we can just make our speculations of what could happen in that maze. Personally, I have no idea how they're gonna do it because it's
All the rape scenes.
What?
We're gonna have all the rape scenes in there.
Oh my God. I'm done. I'm done with this vlog.
With the spikes.
I quit,
The
guys.
dude
I quit.
in AHS hotel, the guy with the spike dildo strap.
Stop.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
okay.
I don't
We
wanna,
have-
I don't want to think about that. It's like a scare actor playing him, and then an animatronic dude on the bed,
No! Stop!
and it's like Michael Cera.
Guys,
And this is the end. Then Michael Cera.
I just muted him. All right.
No, you didn't.
He's not finished.
Let's get back into the topic.
An animatronic.
No, stop.
Alright, no, let's get serious though. Like,
All right,
so
guys.
since we all pretty much are on the same page that the last maze is American Horror Story, what seasons do you think the maze will be based on?
Oh no, I don't care. I hate American Horror Story.
I can't honestly.
I haven't even watched it.
I think all of us can agree that that Freak Show is going to be in it because that's definitely one of the only seasons that we can really see a whole bunch of content you could use in a maze because of Twisty and environment.
Freaks.
And you know that Murdy loves his clowns, so
I'm excited for a Rubberman.
Personally, I would love to see season 2 since that's my favorite. And you have Bloody Face in there, which is just such a cool looking character. But one can only hope, you know.
well let's talk about that. Since it is what's that called again? That season?
Asylum?
Asylum.
Coven. Asylum.
There's a lot of exorcisms in there.
Hotel.
I think there could be a little too much resemblance to Exorcist.
Well,
So are we getting
actually, I
hotel?
have nothing to say because I've never watched AHS.
All right. Oh, yeah. Remember those days when we thought The Conjuring was coming and we thought Texas Chainsaw would be the Terror Tram?
I still think that Conjuring is coming, dude.
Yeah, we never
Yeah,
know.
Crooked
Like,
Man.
what
The
if it's
Conjuring is
six
going to be the
maze?
Terror Tram confirmed.
Annabelle scare actor.
They just have a whole bunch of blackout actors with hands out and they're just clapping all in your face. They're like,
Annabelle
No,
Chainsaw
dude,
Squad on the Terror
the
Tram.
Annabelle scare actor is just a full Annabelle doll costume. Oh god, I don't want to think about that. That would be terrible to look at. Not horrifying, just terrible.
all right,
The
let's go.
Crooked
I
Man
wouldn't want to
Stillwalker.
see like a full-size Annabelle scare actor, or even
You
a
know,
midget.
you know what would be a
too.
scarier
Oh,
maze?
wait, small
If they
people.
make you watch Annabelle again, dude, that would be the scary maze.
What?
If they make you watch Annabelle, dude.
Oh
That
my
movie
I
sucks.
didn't watch Annabelle, but I only watched the last part where the black woman dies.
You wanna make you wanna make yourself suffer, dude? Watch Annabelle.
Yeah. They fly her out the
Sucks.
window.
It sucks.
Yo, all right. So, you guys want to get into questions?
Questions.
Questions. All right, guys. Tweet us
Combo breaker.
right now. Tweet us
Right.
at.
And then after questions, my theory.
Just
Okay.
All
At,
right.
all right, everybody, please tweet out your questions to at HHN Squad on Twitter, or please comment them down below, and we'll get right into the questions.
Into the
and as
question.
for so HHN Meatloaf has the YouTube question. So if you would like to start with that, Meatloaf, the guy that loves donuts in our community.
You're gonna start with the Gauss Slayer.
This guy
What?
likes cereal donuts. That's one thing about
You're
him.
gonna start with the
Oh
Gauss
my
Slayer.
god.
Cereal donuts are nasty. Don't even
Just
talk
just make sure
Cereal
that
donuts
tune in
were
for the
It says the guy that was walking around with the cereal donut when I first met him.
that.
make sure to tune in for the
I was
newest video
kidding
coming
for
out.
Melvin.
20 good facts about Gus. That's going to be a new video coming out. So if you don't know about facts about
Yes.
Gus, keep in tune.
Alrighty.
Alright, let's get into the questions.
I'll do that later.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and read the first question from Twitter. We have this from at Justin Schwoegel. Actually, I'm just gonna go ahead and ask you guys, if you I don't know how to ever pronounce Justin or Justine because there's
It's
like
Justin.
it's Justin. It is.
Yeah, shout
Okay.
out to you, Justin. Saw you today.
So okay, Justin. So at
Coffee
Justin
rants.
Schwoegel or Schwo something. At HHN Squad, what's your most anticipated maze and least anticipated maze so far? So let's go down the line and let's not all talk at once. At AHS. All right. So who wants to go first? Great, awesome. I'm
Gus.
so glad you all are coming at us at once. All right. Well,
I'm trying to think.
all right. Well, I pretty much have mine down. I am Actually, do I have this down? I'm pretty much at a tie between Krampus or Halloween 2 for most anticipated at this point. I can't. Oof, I have no idea. I don't know. I'm just gonna go ahead and like take a leap of faith here and say Halloween 2 because last year I didn't get to go through Halloween and I really really wanted to, but I saw the POVs and it was awesome. And yeah, so I can't wait for Halloween 2. I'm least anticipating probably God, I don't know. Honestly,
All of them are good.
I probably would have to
All
say
of them are good.
honestly, all of them sound really like awesome, but I think least anticipated would probably have to be
Guys.
what's
Guys.
going on? Okay. I think least anticipated would probably have to be Texas Chainsaw. Yeah, because it sounds a little. Yeah, I don't know about it.
Yeah, right now I can't.
Really?
Guys,
Out of like all the times, right when we're doing a podcast.
I didn't do anything. I don't know how that got in here.
Alright, I'll go next then, I guess.
Well, Joey, could you please?
Alright guys, okay everybody, we're okay. Alright. So, hey Joey, we have a fan here. And Joey, this is our friend Joey. He's muted right now, and I don't think he knows that, but he's actually muted right now, so but yeah, I guess until he figures that out, he'll just be in here, so yeah, hello Joey.
So
We're
we
gonna
have a fan in here, yeah.
yeah, we're gonna go ahead and move on to our next person. I don't know. Yeah, next. Yeah, someone say something about most anticipated and least anticipated. This
Hey, I'm
Okay,
Gus, and I would like to speak.
Most anticipated is really hard. Everything I really like. For least anticipated, I don't even really think I have one, but personally, I didn't care much for Halloween last year. Just because I think it felt a little weird and cheapish, I guess. What really ruined it for me was the hedge walls and the garden scene. But now I'm
Preach.
really excited for it because it's going to be in JPQ, which has been like the best mazes ever there. And I love Halloween 2 as a movie, so I think that's my most anticipated. And I don't even really have a least anticipated.
Alright, I'll go then. So my most anticipated is obviously The Exorcist, since it's The Exorcist, and I've waited for a really long time to see this come to Halloween Horror Nights, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be great.
Low key forgot
My
that was happening.
Alright, my least anticipated, since I can't go with the maze that hasn't been announced yet, I'm gonna just say Halloween 2, because I'm looking forward to all the other mazes just a little bit more than I'm looking forward to see Halloween, I guess.
Awesome.
I'm going next then.
All right, you go, Clarence.
I'm gonna go a little bit different and say Freddy versus Jason, only because I like Freddy and Jason. Those are my top two, other than Michael Myers, and it's in a soundstage, so I'm really excited to see how it's gonna turn out, how similar it's gonna be through Orlando's. I didn't walk through Orlando's, however, I did see videos on it. I don't know if they covered the full maze, but I can't wait to see what it looks like in comparison. I don't know what I have for my least anticipated maze, so I don't know yet. Hold on.
All right. Who hasn't gone? Alvin.
I haven't gone. Yeah. All right. My most anticipated maze. This is really hard, guys. I still haven't had time to think about this. Oh my god. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna straight up say the first thing that comes to my mind is all of them. You know what?
Suicide
I'm just gonna
Squad.
straight up say it. Yeah, Suicide Squad. I actually wouldn't mind like Six Flags. Like I saw the movie. It wouldn't be bad. I mean, the black gooey things instead of icicles for Krampus, it would just be that. Anyways, you know what? All of them. Screw it. I'm just gonna say, least anticipated maze, none of them.
All right.
I like them.
Awesome. All right. Okay. We have... Okay. Clarence, you have your least anticipated yet?
Bronson, Atlanta.
No. Maybe. I don't know how the Texas Chainsaw is gonna turn. I don't want haters, so
Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2.
like I don't know how it's gonna turn out, so I'm just gonna put that because he said it's original, so it's not staying towards the film. So I'm just gonna have to say that just because it's an original and we're not sure 100% how it's gonna turn out to be.
What worries me, and I know I'm not a real true horror fan because I'm saying this, but it worries me that it could be too much like Texas Chainsaw 2. I think most people can probably agree. You know, most people, excluding just like one or two, mostly just one. But I think most people can agree that
Shots
Texas
fired.
Chainsaw 2 is actually not. It's not really a well-made film. And if it's too much like that, I think Texas Chainsaw could be a really big flop for Horror Nights. But if they go an actual original route to it and make it more around Texas Chainsaw, an original Texas Chainsaw concept, then I'm down. So yeah, that's it.
I just
You
want
fake horror
Grandpa
fan.
there.
I know I'm fake.
I just
No, I'm
want
kidding.
hit
You
him,
suck.
Grandpa.
Like
Sucks, dude.
TCM2 is not the worst in the series because after that it gets worse
Next
and
generation.
worse. No,
Oh,
you're
Texas Chainsaw 3D.
it gets worse and worse
Actually,
and worse.
I have to disagree with you on that one because, here's the thing: at least the next generations actually had some scare factor to it. This
Yep.
was just, a whole bunch of adults acting like 2-year-olds for half a second and using chainsaws as inappropriate adult American Horror Story toys.
Those can't be fun, dude.
Sex or the saw.
Oh God, what is this podcast so much has happened during this podcast. So I think before anything else happens, I think we should just wait. Do we have any more questions? Yeah, we do. Never mind.
Yeah, I think we have a lot more questions.
Actually,
from
we
YouTube.
haven't we haven't really answered them, dude.
We've answered
great.
one.
Move
We
on.
only answered one question.
Yeah,
Right.
man.
All right, I'm going to get the next. Okay, next question comes from that guy that was just in here at Cruiser. Are you guys excited about the Scare Zone announcement? Yeah, I think we can just skip that one because
Yes, Joey, we're excited.
Yes,
Yeah, we're
Thanks for the question.
we're really excited. You should be too because we're getting clowns.
Shout out to you, Joey.
yeah. All right,
We
so
love you, Joey. No lie, we actually do love you.
next question on YouTube is we need to.
There is.
I'm looking through them right now. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, honestly, I'm sorry, I'm just making noises right now because I'm trying to skip through these things.
Cue elevator music.
Are you guys excited for the go-go dancers? Wink, wink.
Woo!
All
Of
right.
course we are. We're men.
No, I'm just kidding, dude. Hey, you're welcome, Anna.
All right, is Analia on here?
Yeah.
No, she's not. No, she's the one who said it.
Oh, great.
You're
Okay.
welcome.
Wow, you're gonna have to do some.
What do you
she's
think the
not
Terror Tram
texting
is
me.
going to be?
I'm gonna have to do some explaining to her about that. All right, so Texas.
Yeah.
I mean, Terror Tram. All right, so. Yeah, someone else go first because I don't know how to like word this without killing myself.
What's the question?
Terror Tram. What do we think
I
about
don't know how to word this
It's The Conjuring.
without mentioning theme park info.
What? What?
Anna Leah just texted me.
Talking about?
She said, "Oh shit."
We're just trying to give out, theme park information, guys. That's what he means.
Yeah.
Theme park.
Theme park information.
Yes, information
You
about
know?
theme. All right. So our information
Okay,
about.
we're not gonna say Alice Cooper. Okay.
You
It's
know,
The Conjuring.
Okay. Here's the thing, guys.
Yes. Oh yeah. Oh.
We're so ultra mega geniuses. Y'all know that, of course.
Yes.
We can't really we're pretty sure we're dead on with the Terror Tram one, so we're just gonna be we're gonna let it slide a little bit more because nobody's really guessed it yet, and nobody's really we'll just say that the Terror Tram is not something that has been rumored or speculated or connected at all. So that's why we're just not gonna give it out. So we're just gonna give our best guesses. So we're just gonna say probably Goosebumps, R.L. Stein's Goosebumps.
Yes.
Or maybe
Dude,
Monster
I'm excited
House.
for that now.
You'll know Monster House. Freaking Teletubbies.
Dude, I can't believe Sister Location, that game's coming out. It would be a great way to promote. I mean, since it's gonna be an original concept, but he is working with someone special. Maybe he's gonna work with Scott Cawthorn, and
I was thinking more
they're
Bill.
gonna create something really special for Terror Tram. They're gonna have a bunch of Bonnie suits. We lost some viewers because of that. You're welcome. I made you guys lose viewers again.
All right, let's just get talking. All right.
This is the second time that happened.
Okay, I would like to know what I'm done speaking.
Merchandise would you buy?
Well, well, I mean, y'all should talk about that.
Anything with The Exorcist or Texas Chainsaw Massacre, it's definitely going home with me.
I was thinking more of maybe if they sold hot tubs right at the front of.
Right. Hot tubs or what?
Hot tubs? Or did you say hot toys?
Hot. Oh my God.
Dude, they do sell hot dogs, dude, chill.
So
Oh,
I
you
said-
said hot dogs?
I said hot tubs. God, one person thought I said hot toys, then another. person I said
Because
hot
Hot Toys is an actual thing. It's a brand that sells super realistic toys.
That Hot Topic.
They're ultra realistic action figures. for like Suicide Squad and Superman and shit like that.
I think
I cussed.
Suicide
Jared
Squad.
might
Sorry, I
be-
said shoes.
I think the
Suicide
lanyard
Squad.
might be related to FVJ or something.
What does that stand for?
You know, Freddy versus Jason, man.
Oh, I
I
thought it was
thought you said
something else.
FBJ.
Okay, I think that could be like the lanyards or something. Because Halloween
I'm
was
really-
lanyard last year.
Really excited for the shirts with all the properties on it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
I'd like to get a shirt that says The Exorcist, Krampus, Freddy vs. Jason, Halloween, Hell Comes to Haddonfield. All of them just on one shirt because I already have one that has Jabberwockies and
It's gonna be
this is
fun.
the end on it, and I'm already happy with that.
That's
Oh
our-
yeah, we forgot to talk about Jabberwockies.
Yeah, so let's just
That's 'cause
go
nobody
ahead and get
cares.
that out of the way. Jabberwockies
Nobody
suck
cares
at keeping
about it.
secrets. Nobody tell your secrets to Jabberwockies. That's about it.
Jabberwockies can't keep their mouth shut for like the 5th time already because last podcast it was on Jose's podcast. I was complaining how they can't keep their mouth shut because they're always spoiling it on Instagram, saying that hashtag Halloween Horror Nights on their Instagram pictures, and then they straight up did it again,
That's depressing.
and I'm mad.
Okay. Yeah.
Dude,
Let's just say
Alvin,
I like Jabberwockies as a group, so I don't want to like talk badly about it at all. If they can make it, a little more Horror Nights related, it's gonna be lit.
You guys want
I
to hear
mean,
my
this is
thoughts on
coming from a
Jabberwocky?
fan of Jabberwockies too.
I'm not sure I'm ready to hear your thoughts on Jabberwockies, Jose, but go ahead.
I'll be short and
Go.
brief, I promise. Fuck the Jabberwocky.
Okay, let's. Alright. Well, let's just go ahead and mute him there. Just kidding.
Dude,
Um,
oh yeah,
dude, Alvin,
in the podcast
please.
we have to
Please,
laugh like
Alvin.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you have to
alright.
laugh like that. No.
We have
Alvin,
to laugh
can you
like
please
the
stop?
Joker.
Please stop, Alvin.
No.
I mean, not that. I mean, can you stop messaging me about, like, if Shrek or Minion Mayhem will be open? I really don't care.
That's not me.
Dude, you keep messaging me right now. You're like, can you please tell me if Shrek or Minion Mayhem is open? Like, I don't
That's
know,
not
man.
me that's doing it.
Yo, hey, Jose, just by the way, you probably want to unmute yourself.
I just want to say, I don't know when it's
Yeah,
going to be
Jose's
over,
muted.
but Casey's the one to end the podcast, so
What?
yeah,
Okay.
you're the host.
Yeah, I gotta end it really quickly, cause I gotta go. So let's just answer our final question and we'll get out of here.
My
Let's
theory.
see. We're getting. Okay.
Is Shrek be open?
Will Shrek be open? That's our final question for the night. Honestly, probably gonna be the scariest thing at the event. I can't wait for Shrek. It's gonna be.
Somebody once told me the
Alright.
world was gonna.
On that
Alright,
note, guys, for watching this. Very odd, unorganized, crazy, unexpected podcast.
It was a
It's like
quick
the Suicide
podcast.
Squad movie.
We had some interesting viewers and interesting guests that came in and out. That was fun. And
This was actually the quickest podcast we started. It's not scripted.
we're
This is
gonna,
like
yeah,
crazy.
we're gonna.
This podcast not
Wait,
scripted.
when am I gonna do my theory though?
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
Go.
get to your theory. Get to your
Okay,
theory.
okay, I'll do it quickly. Okay. So my theory because the event has never had a story besides Terror Tram, which they stopped after Chucky for some reason, or Ghostface, which also sucked. Anyway, so story how Horror Nights, it's always about you being in the movie and stuff like that.
You are the script.
So this year you are in the Purge and you are your own character. You're a survivor, and throughout the event you're exploring these different environments, looking for sanctuaries, and occasionally you take these breaks. You get these nightmares. The mazes are your nightmares. They're just quick. You go in and out. You exiting the maze is you waking up to the reality that you are still surviving Purge Night. And yeah,
I just realized.
crappy theory, but okay.
Illuminati
Oh,
confirmed.
that works. Honestly, that's
yeah.
Thank you for the 7 viewers.
honestly, I just realized that like this is the most houses we've ever had in a like in a year. We've had so many houses that are facades. Like everything is a house except for Freddy vs. Jason and Texas Chainsaw.
Texas Chainsaw is technically a house. I mean,
I
the
mean,
gas station in real life
It's a
has
gas
bungalows
station.
where you can sleep in.
yeah, it's a gas. I
So
mean,
you sleep in a gas station, you call that a house.
I
You're
could
really
sleep in a factory, but then like
I
that
sleep
would.
in a gas station. What are you, some kind of gas station racist?
All right, we're moving on. Thank you guys.
I love Arco.
Okay. Thank you guys for watching this final not final, this odd podcast. Yeah, would you guys like any final thoughts, as always, final thoughts on the past topics we've been talking about? Alvin?
Me?
Jose, did you just bark?
No, that was my dog. Yeah, I'm turning into a werewolf.
Oh my god.
In London.
We need to end this before anything else happens. Screw your
Yep.
comments. Thank you guys for watching this. Please follow us on Twitter at HHN Squad. Tweet us your questions. Share with us your updates. Share with us your content. And we'll shout you out and we'll retweet your stuff. We want to interact with you guys, and that's like a new thing. It's hashtag make the HHN community great again. Yeah, so thank you guys.
And we did not steal that from Donald Trump. Just saying.
Okay.
Please, Harambe.
Okay. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe to us, and yeah, check out all of our Twitters. The links are below. Thank you guys for the billionth time. I said thank you too many times. I always do. But yeah, and we'll see you guys in the next podcast. This is HHN Squad. Bye-bye.
I love Joey Salad.
Oh my god.